Bumiyahe papuntang Vancouver ang dalawang Pinoy community leader mula sa Victoria, BC para personal na maiabot ang mga donasyon mula sa iba't ibang Filipino groups sa ilang mga survivor ng nakaraang Lapu-Lapu tragedy. Isa sa napili nilang pagkalooban ng tulong ang 30 taong gulang na si AJ Sico na nalagay sa critical na kondisyon matapos ng car-ramming attack noong Abril 26.
This donation is offered with care and respect in acknowledgement of both the immediate needs of the lasting effects of the tragedy. So it's meant to help with medical-related costs.
Sumailalim sa ilang surgeries si AJ dahil sa fracture sa kanyang binti at injuries sa iba pang bahagi ng katawan, brain swelling, trauma sa kaliwa niyang mata at iba pang internal injuries. Ayon sa Bayanihan Cultural and Housing Society, nakalikom sila ng tinatayang nasa 15,000 Canadian dollars na donasyon mula sa iba't ibang individual at grupo sa Victoria, BC.
The Victoria Filipino-Canadian Association, Victoria Filipino-Canadian Caregivers Association, and the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Seniors Association, plus Bayanihan worked together. When the Lapu-Lapu tragedy happened, everyone just gathered. So we started with the youth having a gathering at the parliament, after which, we also had the government officials there in Victoria visit the Bayanihan Community Center. So people flocked in with their donations, their flowers. So from there, there wasn't even any need for us to come up with a fundraising. We were able to come up with an ample amount. It's very decent for us to be able to divide it and give it to the families who truly deserve it. We are presenting you $5,000 from Victoria.
Ayon kay Badwa, hinati nila sa 5 recipients ang nalikom nila. $5,000 ang ipinagkaloob nila kay AJ habang ang ibang recipients naman ay tumanggap ng mula $1 hanggang $3,000.
Everyone was crying back in Victoria in April when it happened. It's still painful for the Filipino community there. And then when I saw them, AJ's mom and then relatives crying, I didn't really want to break down in front of them, but it is really something else. It's overwhelming, and I just really hope and pray that everyone gets through this.
Binigyang diin naman ni Annette Beach na isa sa mga kilalang community leaders sa Victoria, BC na hindi pa dapat itigil ang pagbibigay ng tulong pinansyal sa mga biktima ng Lapu-Lapu tragedy dahil kailangan pa nila ng alalay sa pang-araw-araw nilang pangangailangan.
Financial ang kailangan nila kasi kahit yung mga kailangan nilang bilhin, mga gamot, mga pagkain, right? At saka yung pamilya rin, kung nakapokus kagaya ng nanay ni AJ, right? Nakapokus lang siya sa anak niya. Paano naman ang niya, ang life niya, ang livelihood niya? Sino ang tutulong sa kanya, right? So they have to look on that too. Yeah, hindi lang sa nasa hospital na siya, everything's fine, no. Kailangan pa rin tignan mo rin yung mga caregiver niya, tumutulong sa kanila. Nakasama nila sa bahay. Yun ang importante yung pamilya, to give them actually strength and support financially and also, kung ano ang may bibigay sa kanila na ano. We don't know if we don't actually go and check and ask them.
Naging emotional naman si Jenny de Guzman, ang ina ni Jendel May Sico na isa sa 11 namatay sa trahedya matapos matanggap ang $3,000 na tulong mula sa Bayanihan Center. Sina Jendel at AJ ay magpinsan.
They give us like support and help po. So which is very thankful po kami kasi may mga tao pong tumulong. Yun po. Kasi very emotional pagka sinasabing Lapu-Lapu. Okay. Thank you so much for the Victoria community. Yeah.
Ipinaliwanag naman ni Maydel Ann Sico, kapatid ni Jendel May, na ngayon lang sila talaga nakatanggap ng ganito kalaking tulong mula noong maganap ang trahedya. Ayon kay Maydel Ann, aabot lang sa $400 ang natanggap nilang tulong mula sa Filipino, BC, kahit pa nga isa ang kapatid niya sa mga nasawi. Inuulan ngayon ng batikos ang Filipino, BC, siyang organizer ng Lapu-Lapu Festival at kinu-question din ito kung saan napunta ang mga tinanggap nitong donasyon para sa Lapu-Lapu victims. Ayon kay Maydel Ann, gusto rin niyang malaman kung saan dinala ng Filipino, BC ang mga donasyon dito.
It was always difficult to even ask for help with all the questions that they'd ask or just all the requirements that they would have us provide them. it just kind of made it difficult to even ask for help. Well, really, it makes no sense to us that there's a capacity that they have to just give a small amount to each family when it was told that they received so much more than everyone's been receiving. And so it's kind of just interesting to see, it would be interesting to see where their money is really going and why they aren't able to help as much as they claim.
Ayon naman sa ina ni AJ na si Josie Sico, bagamat nakatulong ang Filipino busy sa kanila, hindi anya ito sapat. Limitado lang anya sa 90 days ang pagkakaloob ng tulong ng FBC at hinikayat na sila nitong humanap ng ibang alternatibo. Namumroblema si Josie ngayon dahil na-deny ng lahat ng ibang ahensya ng gobyerno liban sa ICBC ang pagkakaloob ng benepisyo kay AJ.
Gaya ni AJ, wala siyang trabaho, wala siyang kinikita. So wala rin siya nakukuha sa gobyerno, which is talagang denied. Lahat ang apply niya. Denied PTCPP niya, Ministry Disability, lahat denied. So saan makakarating yung nakukuha niya sa IBC na a couple of thousand? Saan makakarating yun? Talagang sagad kami. Kaya talaga yung suporta ng taong binibigay sa amin, napakalaking tulong. Kaya nagpapasalamat kami.
Nilinaw naman ng girlfriend ni AJ na si Vanessa Hill na hindi rin sapat ang tulong ng ICBC para makumpleto ang rehab sessions ni AJ at magtuloy-tuloy na ang paggaling niya.
We're trying to get him total rehabilitation, not only for his body, but like he has a severe brain injury and then he had a stroke as well. So we're trying to get him as much neurological support as well. And so unfortunately, a lot of that is just what we find. It's not covered by ICBC. So that's one of the challenges that we're facing. And then ICBC only covers one physio session a day. So it's a lot of work to like get him to all of his appointments and everything. And then you only have a 50-minute session a day. It's challenging and he needs longer.
Sa kabila ng mga paghamong ito, nagpapasalamat si Josie na malaki na ang ibinuti ng kondisyon ni AJ.
Christmas kami sa bahay at saka New Year sa bahay din. Yes. Yun ang malaking gift na natanggap namin, yung blessing na pwede namin siyang iuwi. Hindi na kailangan ng machine para ma-transfer namin siya from bed to chair. Kaya na namin siyang makakatulong na rin siya. Malaking improvement talaga. Yun ang improvement na pinagpapasalamat namin.
Bago nangyari ang trahedya, sinabi ng mga kaibigan ni AJ na para siyang isang cool kuya sa kanila. Kaya naman, malaki ang pag-asa ni Vanessa at kanilang mga kaibigan na magtutuloy-tuloy na ang pag-ige ni AJ.
I know it's only been 6 months, but to see the progress that he's made is honestly very miraculous. And I'm very grateful to see the state that he's in right now. And I'm excited to see the state that he's going to be in another 6 months. So just keeping the prayers going and just hoping that he keeps continuing on this path.
Compared to where he was at versus where he is now in such a short time span, it's like black and white. I mean, obviously there's still a long ways to go, but in such a short time span, he's shown a lot of resilience, a lot of strength, and just a lot of perseverance. So yeah, he's been doing great.
He's going to be 100% healed miraculously. Like we're believing for a complete miracle. And I think God is already moving so much in his life. So yeah.
And that's your Christmas wish for him as well.
It's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Mula sa Vancouver, ako si Rowena Papasin, ang inyong patrol abroad.